Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Anne Manera, and we are back again this morning for our usual Monday morning live color along. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. I don't know what I'm going to do when we switch to Thursdays. I'll probably just keep saying that we're here on Monday. Maybe that should be like the new name of a color along. So excuse my disaster on my desk. I've got a mess going on. We need to do a sound check. Sound check, sound check, sound check. I've got to use my keyboard for this. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's my sound, you guys? Sound check. I don't know who's here. If you're here this morning, say hello. Scarlett's saying hello, hello, hello. And we are going to be coloring a page. Good morning, Angela. I was thinking of you the other day, and I was going to send you a message. Sometimes I don't hear from people in the coloring group, and then I start to wonder what happened to them. But I don't want to be a pain. Hey, Alice, I don't want to bother you and say, like, where the heck are you? But I did think of you the other day. I'm glad you're here. Let me get the dog settled while we get ourselves settled. Today we're coloring with silver and gold. So, silver and gold. I feel like I should be singing. You know that song, Silver and Gold? Okay, hang on. Okay, dogs are settled. Got to get the most important things out of the way. Good morning, Angela says, I didn't have a laptop for ages. I could only watch if I borrowed one, and I have a new laptop now. Cool. I'm glad that you're back. And just in time, because coloring camp is next week, so we'll be back. You'll be all set for coloring camp. So this morning we're coloring a page from Color Along Volume 15. We're almost done with this book, and then we'll be moving on to Color Along Volume 16, which will begin in April, and April 8th is when it begins. And Color Along Volume 16 is moving to Thursdays, and we're moving back to Facebook. It's a technical thing. I don't know what else to say, but it's a technical thing. So what will happen is, and I've got to ask a question too about YouTube, but what will happen is I will have live videos on Facebook every Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern time for Color Along Volume 16, and then I will post the replay of the video here on YouTube. I don't know if I'm going to edit it or not. It really honestly just depends. Editing videos takes a very, very, very long time. It's very time consuming, so I'm not really sure if I'm going to do that for every video, but I may just post just the raw video. So anyone watching may say, what the heck are they talking about? And then you'll have to know. We'll have to have a disclaimer. This is from a live video. So this morning we're coloring silver and gold. Bonnie Hughes, good morning. Good morning, Sharon. Hey, Sharon, all I want to say to you is S, right? S, 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 and more S. I am not liking it. I wouldn't mind S being something else. It's S. So we've got Color Along Volume 16 starting on April 8th. Does anybody have any questions about that color along? You can just let me know. If you're a member with me for that book, then you will get that book shipped on March 1st. That book is shipped on March 1st. So I'm just going to use silver and gold variety of coloring mediums. And I do want to share this. Excuse me while I share this. What I do want to also say is, does anybody see, when you're on YouTube and there's like a the YouTube logo, mine says BHM. Does anybody know why that says? Does anybody have that happening? Don't want any S. I refuse to get S. Well, you better go stand out somewhere in a field. I don't know where, Sharon, but somewhere. I don't know. I'm thinking about that I need to build a snowman. So if you'd like to join me, just let me know. Maybe you can Maybe you can supervise. All right, let me post the link to the video over in the coloring group. And what are we going to talk about today? We're going to color today. The other thing that's happening is, hang on a second. The other thing that's happening is I just right before we started this morning, submitted a brand new book, and I'm so excited about it because when I have a book that is, you don't see that, Bonnie? What the heck? I thought I was on like is this like a site that's been cloned or something? I can't even take a picture of it. Yeah, it's on my mobile version too. Isn't that weird? I'll have to see if I can send you something. Good morning, Jean Mellinger. Jean Mellinger is finally back with us. We missed you, Jean Mellinger. All right, so I just finished a new book called Little Boxes, Simple Coloring Book. And I've shown you the pages as we've been coloring over the past few weeks. And I have to say, it was probably one of the most enjoyable books I have drawn in a very long time. And it's just filled with all these boxes. I was going to stop at 24 pages, but I decided to push to 30 pages. So there's 401 boxes in this book. So each of these little boxes, some are rectangles, some are squares, have a little illustration and a whimsical little thing. And they're kind of like the countdown pages that I always give out for free. So it's similar to that. So you could use them for your own countdown pages if you wanted to. Every page has a different number of boxes. Some have 12, some have 9, some have 17, different numbers. So this book will be available on Amazon hopefully tomorrow. I hope if they get their act together. I don't know how fast they're going to be able to do it, but I'm hoping it'll be done by tomorrow. I submitted it this morning. So I had to close a curtain. This room I'm in is freezing today. So it was a lot of fun to draw. It was very relaxing. So the book in total, 30 pages, and then these boxes, there's 401. Why are there 401, you may ask? Well, I stopped. My goal was 400 because at first I had 341 boxes for 24 pages, and I went to bed that night and I started thinking, wouldn't it be cool if it was just an even 400? And so I set out the next day to draw 59 more boxes for 6 more pages. And I got to my 6th page and I drew my 60th box. Don't you feel like you're in a math class right now? Anyway, then I realized that maybe 401 boxes was meant to be because that is my area code. Wouldn't that be funny? I'm starting to see a little bit of the S flakes too. And everything's closed here. Mary, good morning, Mary. Mary posted a photo this morning that had a lot of snow. How much snow do you have, Mary? Angela says, I totally need this book. I like the idea of small boxes that you only have to color a bit of a time. Me too, Angela. But isn't that crazy? The goal was 400. I had space for one more, Sharon. 401 is the area code where I am. So isn't that weird? Serendipity, don't you think? So I think that it was actually very relaxing to draw it. I don't know. I was telling somebody I was drawing this book, and they said to me, how in the world did you draw all of those little boxes? I don't know. It was, my goal is to just do something that gets me to the place where my mind is blank. How about you? Does anybody else have that goal in mind? Where I'm not thinking about anything that's upsetting. I'm not worrying about anything. I'm not feeling stressed out. When they say to empty your mind, that's my goal, is to just do things that will empty my mind. So drawing and painting empties my mind. So this emptied my mind. It wasn't frustrating. It's kind of like when doing a puzzle. Cooking kind of does that for me. If I'm not trying to, cooking does that to me, I guess. Yeah, I guess it does. Did you say last one after number 400? I didn't. That's only with biscuits, Sharon. So if you ever come over to my house and I give you a biscuit, it will be your last one. You will not get any more. We bought a box of Big Biscuits yesterday, so we had a delivery of Big Biscuits. So that they tend to think that that is like the Big Biscuit equals the last one. I'm thinking that I need to get in touch with Milkbone or some sort of pet supply company or dog product company, cat, whatever, and do a giveaway on cat or dog supplies because they're kind of an integral part, you know? So I'm just going to flip through these last few pages. These are my drawings. These have not been scanned. These have the pencil lines. These have mistakes on them that were fixed when I popped them into the computer. I will tell you this, the 401 box number 401 is empty. I cannot say the last one. I know, Jack. I know, Lynn. I say that to myself, though, too. Like when I eat, I don't know. There's things I eat when I say this is the last one. Somebody stop me. I say that with chips. Oh, chips. I don't know. I discovered unsalted Utz chips a couple of weeks ago. Regular potato chips. And I never eat regular potato chips, ever. Because I was always afraid that it would be just like not good for blood sugar and, you know, so I decided that I would not eat them long ago. And I discovered these Utz unsalted chips and I ate the whole damn bag. I ate the whole bag, not in one sitting, but it took me like about a week and a half maybe. And at first I was counting my chips and limiting myself to 15 chips. And then I had to like put them in a cabinet and leave the room and go away and, you know. All right, so we're coloring this morning with silver and gold. And I have a variety of mediums here. I have a Maped silver pencil. I have a Marco Raffine gold pencil. I have a no-name gel pen that's gold. And then I have a Pop Sparkle silver pen, gel pen. Good morning, Lynn. And then I also have Lynn and Lynn, Craypot Expressionist oil pastels, which I thought would be cool for the background. I've got to help Scarlett for a minute. Which has silver, and I believe there's gold in here. Although I can't seem to find it while I'm talking to you. Is this gold? It definitely has silver, so that's why I took this out. So we've got a variety of stuff happening here. And maybe we'll pop something in the background to get it to be textured. Scarlett, what's wrong, sweetie? Come here. Come over here with me. Come here. What's the matter? You want to have another one? Lynn said you could have another one. Okay, hold on. Hang on, you guys. 24 inches before it's over. I know, Alice, I don't know, man. Too much now. All right, come with me. All right, now will you guys go lay down? Go ahead, go lay down. They had a rough day yesterday. Okay, so I'm going to start out with this Marco Raffine gold pencil. It's number 571 in the world of colored pencils in that particular set. I do not even know what the set is. But anyway, I'm just going to color this section here. It's kind of just a light colored gold. It's not, I'm using a heavy pressure, but it doesn't seem very dark. And I thought this mandala was kind of a fancy looking type of a flume or a plume of a mandala. And just kind of adding different pieces to it. I don't know if I'm going to create a pattern here or if we're just going to, I don't know. I guess I'll just kind of be spontaneous with it. Hey, one of the other reasons why I am flipping back over to Facebook for the next color along book is because I can get my camera closer to the image the picture that I'm coloring. To me, this is a little bit too far away, unless it's just me. Does this look like it's too far away? Scarlett, you should lay down, honey. Go ahead, lay down in your spot. You're both doing good. Lay down, babies. I'm going to see if I can do this maybe opposite one. I don't know if I can actually keep up with what the... if I can mimic the sections or not. I don't know if I'm that good. What do you think? Imagine if snowflakes looked like this. It would be so pretty. And if they were silver and gold and they fell from the sky. I guess that would be like utopia. So this kind of is just the opposite here. So we're going to kind of go with that. Boy, the participation in the 6-day drawing challenge that just ended last night was amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, Better. Thank you so much, Better. I'm reading Angela's comment. Thank you so much for everyone participating. A new challenge will start later today. I'm not sure what the challenge will be, though. I'll have to put on my thinking cap and see what it'll be. The last challenge, I wasn't able to invite everybody. I don't know why. Right closer would be better, don't you think? I mean, I could get it a little bit closer. I don't know if I can put it up on something. Let me see if I can put it up on there. Let me give it a booster seat. Let's see if this is better. It reminds me of this. I had seen something about, was it Mark Zuckerberg? And is that better? I think that is better, actually. This is a pop socket sparkle. Is it pops? No, not pop socket. Sparkle pop, right? I'm just going to not talk for the rest of the day. How about that? Whew. Just kind of popping that in there a little bit. Just kind of this little into here. Is that better? I think that is better. And then I'm going to take this gold gel pen. Let's hope this works. Yes, it does. And just kind of add a little bit of a fanciness here. And it would look cool if you actually added a little bit of black into these too. So see these parts that are gray? That would look cool if you added black. Better, Lynn? Okay, cool. All right, let's see. Here's my Moped silver pencil. Silver. This is a silver pencil. What is wrong with me today? I don't know. It's crazy. What the heck? Just going to kind of color these with some silver. This is silver. There we go. Just that little bit of silver right there. Not silver, it's silver. And now this part right here. So I'm just kind of focusing on this little plume and this little plume. And I'm not sure about what's happening here. It's a little bit different. And you can kind of pop a word in the middle maybe. So I'll definitely be posting a free page from the new book, Little Boxes Simple Coloring Book. It was really a lot of fun to draw. I hope that everyone enjoys coloring it as much as I enjoy drawing it. And then, what is the next book? The next book I'm working on, this little guy right here kind of needs a little bit of gold. Doesn't he? Right there. Right there. A little bit of gold. Now I'm going to flip over to maybe the next one here. And I'm going to color this part here with this gold rather than the gold pencil. I'll color it with this gold gel pen. And then I thought maybe the background or the middle could be done with the oil pastel. That's as much planning as I've done for this. I haven't really done much planning for it. So one of the other books that I'm working on, which is a totally different book than a coloring book, is this prompts book. And it's similar to all of the challenges that we're doing in the coloring group, where I do those challenges where it's a 6-day cut drawing challenge, and every day there's something that says, I don't know, draw a house, draw a flip flop, stuff like that. And this book will have different prompts for each day. My goal is to have 100 pages in it. Somebody told me I should have 365, but I feel like that's a little overwhelming of a commitment. I don't know if I would want to commit to 365 days of doing that, but maybe 100 would be a doable number. I don't know. What do you all think? Let me know in the comments. So I'm thinking of, so it'll be a prompt book. It'll be all about coloring, not really, well, some of it's coloring, some of it's drawing, some of it's kind of silly stuff, I guess. And like weird little things. Even if it's just a matter of, I don't know, coloring a bunch of circles just to kind of get your creative juices flowing. So that's the whole point of those prompts every day, is to just get the creative juices flowing and get the your creativity moving. I mean, the more there's a quote by Maya Angelou. Let me see if I can read it verbatim rather than paraphrasing it. Maya Angelou has a quote that says, you can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. And I totally am in agreement with that. I think that the more you paint, the better you get. The more you color, the better you get. The more you try new things, then the more it will help you to be more creative in other things that you do normally. And I think that if you struggle with something, and if you are painting something that you just feel like, this is really horrible, finish it, because it'll teach you what maybe you did wrong, or maybe you could do better on the next one. So I have a podcast, and a lot of the episodes are about creativity, and it's just really all about art. And I kind of put my podcast aside. I don't know what happened. I just wasn't in the mood. Nothing was happening. I just wasn't really in the podcasting mood. But I need to get back into that podcast and start doing some more episodes. So usually I start off with a quote, and like the quote from Maya Angelou, and then I usually that becomes my topic. That's how I talk. I'll write something about that, and then I'll begin. Some people's podcasts are just way too lengthy to me. I was watching a podcast the other day, and it was an hour and 59 minutes. I could call it 2 hours. Why are we calling it an hour and 59 minutes? So I just felt like I didn't have the patience for it. That's a long time. 2 hours. Don't you think? A lot can happen in 2 hours. Okay. So there's my little bits. See how I'm just kind of going from here to here, from here to here. I've got some little bits that are in there. I'm not sure if we need to add something else in there. Hey, good morning, Beth Turner. How are you? I'm not sure if we need to add some little bits of something darker in there, but I am going to put this Sparkle Pop pen into these little tiny ones right here. And then this one here. So I'm kind of bouncing from one end of one side of the circle to the other, just to kind of keep track, to create that symmetry in it, because I think if you didn't do that, it might be a little difficult. And then I'll pop some silver here with this gel pen. This is really what do they say? A juicy gel pen. I think it's called a juicy gel pen. I have a new book out, Beth. You thought you missed my flip through. It's I just submitted it to Amazon, and I'm hoping that it'll be out by the end of the day today. Oh no, by tomorrow. Hopefully by tomorrow. It's called Little Boxes, and it has 30 pages of little boxes to color. It's this one right here, Beth. Hey, Marianne. It's got these little boxes, 401 little boxes spread across 30 pages. And it has 2 copies of every page too. So That's exciting. I guess that's exciting. Do you like when it has 2 copies of every page? Every page, I like it. I mean, I always say you can color twice or share with a friend, but I know that a lot of people are not really with other people right now. So sharing with a friend, maybe I didn't want people to get upset about that. This one is the Marker Refined pencil. So there's that just kind of that plume right there. I'm going to go back across here like I just did for the same one. This is definitely a coloring page that lets you or forces you to say, pay attention, you know, just so you can kind of say, okay, well, where does this go? Where does that go? Kind of twisting and turning. Yes, it is. It's like the countdown calendars. Marianne, exactly. Hey, Sandra. Sandra's saying, "Good morning, everyone. Was supposed to be getting first COVID vaccine this morning, and I can't because my car is stuck on the ice. They canceled uh, vaccines today in the state and testing because of the storm. I'm surprised that they're still even doing it today, Sandra. All right, so we've got this and this, and now I'm going to go back in with this Moped silver. I use silver Crayola twistable in the center, and it's not really showing up. I know a silver crayon doesn't really work too well. I don't know why. I think that if you use a darker color, even if you use like maybe a blue, it might kind of pop, right? Like little tiny sections. Put some silver right here. That book was so much fun to draw, Marianne. I'm gonna miss it. Sometimes I draw a book and then I'm like, I miss it. It's like a friend left, you know? It's like I had a friend over and they went home and now I miss them. It's weird when that happens. You kind of have to like, I missed a spot here. You kind of have to, I was like, I don't know, it's weird. I have to like stop between books to kind of get over it. So here's this section here. This one, and then this one. It's really making you think, isn't it? All right, let's grab this gel pen, this gold one, into this section here. In here. And for this thing that's sticking up, there it is. And then I guess I'll go for this one too. And then flip back over to my gold pencil for this section here. Launching a book is like a baby. Yes, it is. It's like it definitely takes something out of you, you know? And you know, I don't really make a big deal about like a book launch. You know how a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm launching my book," blah 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 blah. I feel that way when I finish a good book, Bonnie's saying. Right, it's like a letdown, right? It's almost like, now what am I gonna do? It's like, now what am I gonna do with my time? It's over. What's gonna happen? That's how I feel about it. So I'll have to draw something else, I guess. All right, I'm just gonna pivot a little bit. Hang on to your hat. And I'm gonna go with this one now. And this one I'm gonna do a little bit different. I've been doing kind of gold in that section there, but I'm going to use this Sparkle Pop gel pen and do silver in this area. Speaking of a good book, I haven't read a good book in a long time. I was going to buy The Book of Dust. Has anyone read that? By I think it's his name is Pullman. I can't do an Audible. I get distracted. I don't know what it is. And I don't like a Kindle. I'm telling you all of my likes and dislikes. I can't stand a Kindle book. I just can't do it. I need the pages to flip. Does anybody else have that feeling? I guess it would be like coloring digitally. I'd rather color on a piece of paper. I mean, sometimes I do color digitally. Um, I do color my covers of my books digitally, only because I need to be able to get the color right, and that is really the only way that it can happen. So I'll color it like in Photoshop or something like that. Oh, Marianne says, I have my appointment in March for your COVID vaccine. That's awesome. Seems so far away though, Marianne, doesn't it? Can you believe it's February 1st though? I can't. I feel like we were just saying, where's 2021? Let's get 2021. I mean, let's get 2020 out of here. Remember we were saying that? Like, let's get rid of 2020. And here we are on the 32nd day of 2021. And I don't know. Are we in better shape than we were? I think so. I don't know what people thought was going to happen when the new year struck 2021. I mean, it's not like something magical was going to fall from the sky, right? But I guess just the attitude. All right, so there's that part. Now I've got this little doodad here. I'm still going to do this with this gold. And then I'm going to bring in a silver pencil next. Bridgerton books are good. That may be a scary book for me. You think so? Lynn, did you read it, The Book of Dust? You mean like I'll have nightmares? I can have my own nightmares all by myself. I don't really want anything that's like, sugar coated. All right, now this guy right here. Okay, now I'm going to just pivot just a little bit more. Just turn. Twist and turn. It's about the most twisting and turning I'm going to be doing today, let me tell you. And then we've got this guy right here. I have to put something underneath my desk. Hang on a second. Okay. It's very cold in this room, let me tell you. All right. This little bit right there. It's kind of making me Angela says, I like reading on a Kindle better now, but it took a while to get used to it. I like being able to change the type size and font the size, and Kindle books are so much cheaper. I do agree with all that, but I feel like I want to see the end. Like, I want to, maybe that's what I don't like about it. I want to see, like, how much more do I have left? Does that make sense? I want to see, I feel like I don't know the end goal, the end. It's like going into a room and not knowing how to get out. Does that make sense? Like, I want to know, when is this, like, how much more do I have left? Am I just going to be reading forever? Do I have like an expectation that my Kindle book is going to have 300 pages and then poof, it only has 30? Or do I think, oh, wow, there's only going to be like 30 pages left of this book? And then I find out that I'm stuck reading like, what do you call it? I'm stuck reading like another 300. Does that make sense to you? Did you feel like that about it, Angela? I just feel like I don't know. And I don't like the light. I guess I'm just anti-Kindle book. What can I say? Bridgerton books are good. I would imagine they are. But now that I know the characters and know what they look like, I'm not sure if I really want to get involved in those books. I don't know. I haven't seen the series of them though, Lynn. I only saw one. Lynn is telling me about Book of Dust. It may talk about skin shedding and mites. Oh, I don't want to read anything about that. Angela uses Audible books while she's coloring or when my eyes are playing up. Yeah, I would get distracted. Sometimes I listen to some Audible books on, I'll listen to a podcast while I'm coloring sometimes. Or while I'm drawing. Mostly I listen to music while I'm drawing. Now let's pop in some silver from this marker Raffine. And go back over to this side here. And then these guys here. Oh, Lynn is saying, do you mean The Book of Dust is a trilogy of fantasy novels by Philip Pullman, which expands Pullman's His Dark Materials trilogy? Yes, that's the one I mean. Angela says, most Kindle e-readers can tell you the page number and the percentage you still have left to read. Oh, maybe I didn't know that, Angela. Thank you. I know, that's a weird complaint, isn't it? I want to know how to get out. I want to know when I walk into a room that where's the door? Does anybody ever have that feeling? I want to know, where do I go? Not that I'm saying like I want to go if there's I want to get out if there's a fire, but I want to know how to get out. I don't know what's wrong with me, but that's what I want to know. So maybe I feel like that about a Kindle book. All right. So there is my silver part, and I'm going to do this here too. Boy, I'll tell you, I hope there's not like a psychologist listening to this or something, mental health expert. He's probably analyzing my my attitude about the Kindle books and my desire to know the exit of a building. I'm going to pop this over here. This is my sparkle pop. And I do feel like I should add some sort of like darkness underneath, like behind it, right? Here is silver in here. I'm gonna catch up to these comments. It tells you how many pages are left, right? I don't know this, so I guess I have to look. I use it on my iPad. Sharon says, I have a Nook, and it seems like every page is actually 3 for the size. Really? I have to have Kindle. I like that I can have it in a lot in one little place. Well, maybe I need to give it a try. Maybe I'm just not reading anything that is catching my attention on a Kindle. Maybe I'm not giving it the attention it deserves. I'll try it. I always have digital credits on Amazon. I think I just ordered something yesterday that I opted for $1.50 in digital credits. They add up, let me tell you. And I have some Kindle books out there, so that I've published. So I guess I can't knock the Kindle, but Lynn, Angela's saying, Lynn, I totally agree. I can easily take 1,000 books with me wherever I go. I don't know if I want to take 1,000 books with me wherever I go. I love Kindle on my iPhone to read books. I do everything on my phone. What size phone do you have, Marianne? I think my eyes would be killing me. I bought one of those, this is funny actually. I bought one of those holders for your phone that you put in your car. So you can be driving and it can have me like mounted on the dashboard or mounted on the window. And then the phone just kind of like pops into a little holder. I'm going to tell you, it was the most stressful thing I have done to myself in a long time. I'm driving and all I'm thinking is this phone is going to come flying at me. So I must have moved this phone around about 10 times. I finally got the thing mounted on the windshield. And the next day I come out to my car and the thing had fallen off, probably because it was freezing outside. So it fell off. The suction cup fell off. So I remounted it and I was all set. Well, now I tried it again. I don't know what was wrong with me. Just keep like torturing myself with this thing. And I finally discovered that this thing is not for me because I felt like I was driving my car with an egg on the dashboard that I was trying to not move, and I decided that it was going to kill me, so I took it back. I sent it back. So that's my story about that phone holder. It was driving me crazy. Marianne, so the Kindle lets you know how far along you are, Mary's telling me. Do you mean this one? Hannah Holmes, a mesmerizing expedition around a dusty world. Some see dust as dull and useless stuff. I don't know if that's actually it. Do you have a BS in behavioral science, Lynn? That's very, very cool. Audible tells you how many hours you have read and how many hours left of the book. There's a lot of Audible books that are available on YouTube, for free. From the bubble, as they say, right? All right, I'm going to get a black pen and kind of go into my black areas in here because I just want this to kind of pop. So this is just a regular, I just use this as a writing pen, really. And it is really just a gel pen, a black gel pen, but very, very dark. And look how that's just kind of really making it kind of really pop. Angela says, sometimes I borrow your books on KU and flip through them just so I can get a few extra pennies. I was going to tell you, I cannot believe how many people borrow my books like that because I know how many pages were read, and it's incredible. I earn money based on the number of pages read. It's not a lot per page, but like the other day, I think on the 26th, there was like 126 pages read or 102. I think yesterday there was like 42 or something. So when you read those pages and flip through, I actually am earning something. So thank you for doing that. So I'm just going to kind of pop this little black in here as we're moving along. And then I'll take out my oil pastel, that's silver, and I will do the middle. I may have to pivot a few times here. I'm not sure. I'm not going to go over the lines, like the outlines of them, though. I just want this to be like kind of like behind, just to make the silver and the gold kind of just pop. Oh, well, that's a big iPhone, Marianne. Sandra, I love my Kindle, never without a book to read. Very lightweight. Best of all, can make the font size bigger. Maybe it's because it's just on my iPad. My iPad is very old, so I'm feeling very, very not high tech today. I have a high expectation of technology, though. Maybe I need like just a little reader, like a Nook. Maybe I'll give that a try instead. Lynn says, I used to lug books with me wherever I traveled, and half the time I wouldn't even read them, and the Kindle makes it so much easier. You can bring the whole library. Very true, isn't it? I've had several types, and they all fall off. Lynn is talking about that phone holder. Well, that is good to know, Lynn, because let me tell you, I was getting more concerned. Like, it was all I was paying attention to. I'm just pivoting here. It was all I was paying attention to while I was driving. I said, this thing's going to kill me. And really, I only did it so that I could hook up my phone to Amazon Music and have it come through my speakers of my car. That was the only reason why I did it. So wasn't worth it, let me tell you. I'm going to put just a little bit of a black section here. The snow, sleet, and wind are very loud here. Isn't it pretty? Look how different it looks too, Marianne, with the black. It made a huge difference. And I think that maybe blue would look good with this too. Or a purple. Really? The Nook wasn't good, Sandra? Sharon says, what about those phone holders you can put into the cup holder? I thought of that, Sharon, but I think that my car, there wasn't room enough in my car for that. Where the like where the shift, like where the, what do you call it? Where you go from park to drive, to shift. It's not a standard, but to shift into gear, into wherever you're going. It's in the way. I think maybe my car is too small. All right, let's see. Do I need want black anywhere on this? Before I go with my oil pastel. I belong to a book club that likes to choose e-reader books at no cost. Oh wow, Mary, that's awesome. I'm going to give the Kindle books a better try, or an e-book a better try. I'm not going to give up on it. My go-to thing to relax, though, is really truly to just either draw or paint. So maybe, I don't know. I'm not even going to go into my thoughts about borrowing a book from the library, because it'll probably be just so anti-library about library books. I think some of you know my opinion about that. Anyway, okay, let's move on to the silver. Lynn says, I have too much in my cup holders, canisters of wet ones and tissues. Well, that is way more important than a cell phone holder, right? I'm surprised you don't have a van for your pups. No, I have a, no, my car is great for my dogs, actually. I have a Honda Fit, and my car, the seats go completely flat, Marianne. It's like completely flat. And it's low enough that an older dog could actually get up in it. And there's a lot of room. Both dogs fit in the back, laying down when I put the seats down, or they fit on the seats if they're not down. And I actually have placed 2 dogs in that car with the seats down, and a dog crate with a puppy in it. When Paisley was a puppy, I remember putting her in there with 2 adult dogs. You can fit so many things in that car. It's incredible. And then the seats on the Honda, which I think it happens on a CRV too, or an HMV maybe. The back seats flip up. So it's very, very, it's really flat. I used to have a Kia Soul, and the seats were terrible for the dogs. When you put the seats down in the back, they weren't completely flat, and they just weren't good. But this car is great for it. This is like my third car like this. So it's my car. It's the car I love. Plus, and it's good for the dogs. So I would have it even if I didn't have dogs. All right, I'm just going to put this silver in here. Marianne is saying my favorite book is Les Mis on Kindle, like Les Mis the musical. Now I am going to press really hard with this so that I don't have do a couple of layers here, so we don't have any little specks of white shining through. There we go. Just a little bit here and there. There's a few white specks, but not really. Looks like a silver coin, doesn't it? And you could actually kind of write in it, write in the oil pastel. I'm not going to blend it with anything. I just want this to be very, very, very silver. Yeah, the seats go flat. Exactly, Lynn. That's how this car is. The seats go completely flat. The flattest of any. Well, I used to have a Volkswagen Golf and the seats went flat, but not as flat as this. Alice says, I have a cup holder in my car for my phone. You can bend it in any direction you want. Yeah, this too, but I'm telling you, I don't think there's enough room in my front seat area. And You're having trouble with the chat feature, Sharon? What is it doing? I still want to know about this BHM thing that's over in the upper right-hand corner of my screen. Instead of the YouTube logo, it says BHM. I don't understand what's happened. Does anybody have this happening? I wish I could show you a picture of it. It just says BHM. Okay, so this is my silver and gold. I'm not going to do anything to the background. I just want to leave it the way it is so it just kind of pops the way it is. I think maybe if you did anything, it would look cool if it was black. Glitter would look pretty on the center. Oh, that would look good. My favorite book of an actual book is Outlander. You know, the Outlander series. Those, I read all of those, the whole Outlander series of books way before it came out. Those books are like 1,100 pages, and the size of the book is like 5.5 by 8.5 or 5 by 8 or something. So it's a huge book, or 7 by 10 or something. Sharon says, I just typed the whole thing about the Nook and it wouldn't show up, and I tried to add it to the chat. Oh my God. What is that, Lynn? What is BHM? I mean, I want to Google it, but I don't know if I can reach the mouse to Google it right now. I'm going to move my stack of paper here. We missing something with BHM? I thought it was like, I don't know what I thought it was. It was just, it's weird, isn't it? All right, so this is our silver and gold. And now this one, we are not having a color along next week because next week is coloring camp that begins. So here's our February calendar. This is on my Facebook page. The new book, Marianne's asking, how big is your new book? The new book is 8.5 by 11 in size. It has 30 pages, 2 copies of every page with 401 boxes to color. 401 because why? I just wanted to get to 400 and then drew an extra box. But then 401 is my area code. So then I said, this is meant to be serendipity. So I left it at 401. But the box number 401 has nothing in it. So I'm interested to see what people can do with that box. And maybe we'll have a little bit of a contest or something about that box. So I'm not really sure. We'll have to see how it goes. Anyway, this is the February calendar. We've already knocked out our color along for today. The draw along group meets again on Wednesday. So we're meeting again on Wednesday, but then we meet every other Wednesday beyond that. We've got coloring camp happening next week on Sunday the 7th and all the way till the 13th. And I've got to get to the bottom of it, Lynn, to see what that means on BHM. So there'll be no live color along next week. Then on the 15th, I'm going to reschedule the color along for the 15th. Oh, Black History Month. You would think it would be in different colors. Why is it in gold, red, and blue? Are those the colors for Black History Month? I always thought they were in like a different set of colors or something. Bye, Bonnie. Thanks for joining us. And then we have, so we've got a color along on the 15th that is not happening. And then we'll be back for a color along on the 22nd. So the next time we meet for a color along will be on February 22nd. So we have weeks to go. But if you're part of camp next week, then we begin camp on Sunday. And then I'll make up these two other color alongs as we move along. Okay, what else can I tell you about today? I showed you the book, the Little Boxes Simple Coloring Book. Showed you that. And then Color Along Volume 16 starts in April 8th. So we have Color Along on the 22nd of February, another one on March 1st. And then I'm actually off of the month of March from Color Alongs. And then we'll start coloring Color Alongs again on April 8th, moving to Thursdays on Facebook. So there will not actually be any color alongs in the month of March. They're officially scheduled. We'll just do some makeups, and I'm not sure when those will be yet. As we get closer to March, I'll schedule those. And I think that's it. Does anybody have any questions? New books are in the works again. I mean, I've finished this book, but I'm working on that prompts book, and I'm also going to be working on a new color palette book. So I think that'll be kind of fun, where you have the different colors. Watch for a new challenge that's starting today in the Just Color group. and it'll be posted by the end of the day. And that's about it. Thanks for joining me today, everyone. Hope you have a great day. Stay safe in the snow. Stay warm. Be careful out there. And I will see everyone at camp on Sunday. And again, any questions about camp or anything else that's happening in the month of February, please just let me know. Oh, cool. Lynn just says, just posted her picture today. Awesome. Have a great day, everyone. See you soon.